For him, he was a bit surprised also because of the reaction. Like someone becomes so popular, he might be, what should be the reason? So from there, I asked him to give me the contact of Anthony Makuach. He said Anthony doesn't have phone, and he can be only gotten through my family. So I asked him to call his wife so that we get in touch with Anthony. And by that time, he did not have the airtime. I didn't have airtime, so we had to proceed to the office. That was on 29th of September. And then on 30th, the following morning, I came to him. He was able now to put me in contact with Anthony. And I begin now to interview him because someone may claim, the name of Anthony.
Yes.
So I asked him, who are you? Yes. And now he was able to tell me that he's Anthony Makuach. And where was he? Was he part of the Red Army? He said yes, that he was part of the Red Army in Penyudu. He was in Group 1, and he was the goalkeeper, and he was the goalkeeper #1 in Penyudu. Wow. That was now where now some information were now matching the Anthony one, but still we were skeptical about it. So from there, then I asked him, how did you land, how did you end up in Mombasa? He said in 1992 we got to Kakuma, and from there in Kakuma we used to play with the teams, different teams, and that was where he was taken by TRP, and from there he was able to go to with a team called Mobicon, and again to Western Pass, where he got a fracture, and he was left in the hospital by the team that went with him. So leaving him in the hospital upon the mercy of God and upon the mercy of individual doctors who were there. Otherwise he could not cater for his medical bill. So he was just left like that by the team. So he had to be there in the hospital until the time that he was discharged, and he was just left in the town.
Yes. For the sake of time, let me go to Abraham Ajok Kwal. Abraham Ajok, my question direct to you. When he went missing in 1995, Anthony Makuach, it took you guys and his family how many years to announce that he's dead?
Once again, thank you so much, Ready, for having us, and especially hosting Anthony Makuach is very important. The first time when we partied with Anthony was in 1994, when he went to Turkana district to play for TRP. It was called Turkana Relief Project, that team, that's the name TRP. And Anthony Makuach moving to TRP in 1994 was the first game that we played in Kakuma with the Turkana district TRP. So then we were named Kakuma A. Kakuma A was given to TRP, which is the Turkana district, and Kakuma B was given to the refugees camp because of Anthony Makuach goalkeeping skill. Let me go back a little bit. I first met Anthony in 1987. We were the first people to be brought together as Group 1. You guys,
you have history.
We have a very rich history.
Yes.
So we were together in Group 1, and then they came because they were in high school, so they started playing rugby. So also it happened I was here in Tilkaka and Juba before the war, before the civil war. So I joined them, and then some of the players, Michael Manak is the one actually left outside there, they said, look, Anthony, this guy has goalkeeping skill. Why don't you train him? Because I did not know him. So we played in our koi, and then from there we moved to the field because we were playing rugby. This is where I started having the interest, and he coached me to become also a renowned goalkeeper. So we left Ethiopia in 1991 after the civil war. And before then, he went to Itang to play. And his goalkeeping skill, for people who haven't seen Anthony playing, they maybe think, why this man is so being respected and so glorified? The skill that he has as his beneficiary, I want Anthony to train the best goalkeeper that all the South Sudan will be proud of. And that's why I was so relieved for him to come. Now let's go to Kakuma. When he left in 1994, he came to me because he trusts that I can keep the goal, because he also play. He play all the position in the field, not only in the goal. He's also very good in striking, so he can play 9, 10, and even a wing. So I've seen him, and we have played a game before we went to Kakuma in Narush. That was organized by Gerald Majer, Then he was, at the time, was responsible there. And we won. I was in the goal and he was playing. So that was our first cup together. And we went to Kakuma in 1992. Then people were not settled. In 1993, we were able now to get settled. And then the school were started. We started the school competitions. And he became now the central team goalkeeper because he could not play again with the schools. So I took his position in Group 1 and played for the young team. So we play like that. And if there's a game that is organized between the refugees or the Kenyans, the host community, he can prepare to play and I can be in the goal. So in 1993, I was in that game when we were beaten 2-1. It was actually not the school that were playing with us, but, you know, the adults. So, and it was a bit of corruption, but, you know, it's part of the game. So we lost and we come back. So in 1994, earlier, when we played in Kakuma town, that's when TRP took him. They have realized that we lost because of this goalkeeper, so we better take him. So he was taken to Lodwar, and he was there. And then again, for the first time in the history, the Turkana district, which is TRP, Turkana Relief Project, they beat Western Kenya. And then the Western Kenyan team that came says the only problem that made us to lose for the first time in the history
that goalkeeper
is this goalkeeper, and we must take him. So they tried all the best possible means, and they took Anthony. He came back to me and he asked me if I can go, and I said, I'm not going. So I remained in the Kakuma refugee camp and he left. So when I went in 2002, because I've been to national twice, in 1996, I was representing the whole Rift Valley, and I went to Mombasa actually. So I did not know where about he is, and I was there for 2 weeks. So I came back. In 2002, I also went nationals when I was in secondary school, Kabuyev High School. And all this time I've been known the best goalkeeper. So when this assessor came, he asked me, do you know Anthony Makuach? After we came out from the training. And I says, of course I know him, he's my coach. He says, okay, there's no doubt. You have his skills. And I asked him, where is he? This is the first time I heard that he went to Mombasa. And in that 2002, that's when actually in 2001 his leg was broken intentionally by the opponent team. And back in the days, you know, there was no phones. So some people outside could be saying why Anthony was an adult and he went missing for this long and he could not look for people. The reality is, this man, he lived with anybody because we all went to Peñedo. We were not known to one another, but we became family. The same thing in Kakuma, and that's what he made. If you go to his history, he can live with anyone. So now, to be precise, Anthony, South Sudan need him more than anyone else. Because of his skill, they are exceptional. If you follow EPL or any world game, nobody can match his skill in the goal. I've been watching, and I went to 2010 World Cup as a coach. I'm an Australian citizen, by the way, also I'm a dual citizen. Yes. So I went there because of the way he trained me as a coach, and I took my team to the quarterfinal. I was a South Sudanese football president in New South Wales in Sydney because of Anthony Makuach. Currently, I'm representing South Sudan Football Association right here because our president is in Khartoum with under 20.
Yes.
And I'm the president of World Local Football Association as I speak now. Without Anthony Makuach's credentials and expertise, I would have not been known and I would have not been where I am today. So I'm one of the people who is so happy for him to be discovered, for him to be still alive. My appeal is very simple. If South Sudan wanted at all that our country need to be united, needed skills of his like, they should do everything in their power to rehabilitate Anthony fully so that he can get back to our goalkeeping and train our goalkeepers. And I think South Sudan can beat the whole Africa and go beyond.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abraham. Before going to Benson, I'm sure Benson you have a lot to tell. Yes, I'm sure. And then you can also, you know, I'm sure you have that salsa, mambo. Anthony Makuach, Arabe fiwa lete nesitu. I'm sure that you will go to San Antonio, wow, terkeka. Ita tamashe terkeka? Lakini I hope nas Abraham bishiluk terkeka. Lana fi zalat. 40 daqiqa go terkeka. Let us go for a short break and then we'll come back again.
It's It's time to swap. Swap to the best. Swap to the affordable. Swap to the fastest Zain 4G LTE.
Yes, for the existing subscribers who are not on the 4G compatible SIM card, it's time to swap. And for the new subscribers, don't hesitate to buy the 4G SIM card and ensure your handset supports LTE. Browsing is super fast like never before with Zain 4G internet. Swap your old SIM card to the 4G SIM card today from the nearest Zain shop or authorized dealer. Subscribe to 4G data packages by dialing *102#. Choose your daily, weekly or monthly bundles. Zain Superfast Internet experience is here to stay.
Zain is here for you, a wonderful world.
Zain, a wonderful world.
HIV is a virus and AIDS is the disease. It is not a moral problem. Did you know that HIV doesn't discriminate? It can infect anybody, regardless of your race, religion, social status, or gender. So you should not discriminate people living with HIV. People living with HIV need our love, care, and support to stay healthy and live productive lives. We should not isolate or reject them, or even look down upon anyone living with HIV. Help stop the spread of HIV. Stop stigma and discrimination now. This message is brought to you by South Sudan HIV/AIDS Commission with support from UNDP.
It's the break of a new dawn, and this is the dawn on iRadio.
Yes, indeed, this is dawn on iRadio لكل مستمع في كل مكان. زمن حقنا الساعة 7:41 دقيقة داخل استديوهات iRadio. القصة اللي بنتكلم فيه عن شخص اسمه أنتوني ماكواتش، وهو عنده فترة بتاع أكثر من 27 سنة. بكون سميته من زملاء بتاعهم قالوا كلام جميل جدا عنه. نتمنى هو يكون زيارة بتاع خيرين لمنتخب بتاع جنوب السودان لكرة بتاع غدم. We are going direct to Benson. Benson, I'm sure you have a lot to tell us.
Sure.
So, how did you know Abraham Makuach is a South Sudanese there with you in Mombasa?
Thank you, iRadio. This guy, I met with him 2001. When by that time I was working in the Serena Hotel, so most of the time I used to come in the afternoon from my working place. Then I used to see him just walking with scratches just around our area. Like the first day, second day, then the third day, I met with him. He asked me for something small, I gave him something small. So sometimes even from the place where I normally meet him, we can just go with him up to my place, just chatting. Then I asked him, my brother, where do you come from? So me, I used to think maybe it comes from this side, we call it Kisumu. Then he told me, no, Ben, me, I'm from South Sudan and I'm a refugee. I just came here to play with a certain team. Then accidentally I got a fracture. But this guy, they sent me to the general hospital. When I was sent there was no one even to do the follow-up. Even the doctors, they are waiting to see maybe there is someone who can just come to see me. There was no one. The doctors even, they never gave me the treatment. I stayed there for 6 months. The 7th month they released me. Then I just stayed like that until when he came to our area now. When I tried to ask him, so my friend, do you have any contact maybe from your family? He said, no, Ben, I don't have anything. The only thing I have is a refugee card. I told him, it's fine, my friend. Then I welcomed him to my house. We stayed together. Whatever we used to get, we just put it on a table. If it is just to take tea without bread, when to take maybe lunch, if we miss lunch today, lunch, we get the dinner, just like that. Then I tried, that was when I went to Nairobi, I stayed to Nairobi, I worked in Nairobi. I came back 2018. That is 2018, before I came to South Sudan. Now I tried to explain to some of my workmates when I was in Juba Logali House. I tried to explain to them, but for them, they didn't know this guy. I told them, I have a guy, I'm staying with him in my place. The guy is from Rumbek. He's called Anthony Makuach. He was the best footballer in South Sudan. Me, I thought maybe they will know him. They said, no, we don't know this guy. And then I said, okay, if you don't know this guy, then it's okay. Then I stayed. When I signed a contract for only 1 year, then I went back to Kenya. I told Makuach, I've been trying to find out if this guy, they know you, but they said they don't know you. When now 2019, when I got a chance now to join the UNHR, I told him, now my friend, just give me the contact of your, or the name of your father. He told me my father works with the Rumbek Hospital. Now when I came, the first thing I went to, there was another guy in Ijuba, Konyo. He works with the migration officer, and he comes from Rumbek. I told him, my friend, I have a guy there in my place called Anthony Makuach. The guy wants to come back, but financially, I'm not stable. I have no money. So, if maybe you can know him or you can know the family, we can arrange so that at least I can go to the place where, to Rumbek, so that I can explain to the family. But the guy said, no, I don't know this guy. Then I said, now what will I do? When we stayed. When I went for my leave, I told Makuach, I got another guy from Rumbek. He's a migration officer. But the guy even doesn't understand. When I try to explain to him, even he doesn't pay attention. It's only that he wants to get some money from me. Then I said, it's fine. Now, last year also, I tried to talk with one of my friend. He was with the Busia. I told him, my friend, I have someone, but I don't know how we can cross this border, because he doesn't have even any documents. The only thing he has is only the UNHR card for refugee. The guy said, Ben, okay, what we are going to do, you have to have something. Then I told him, okay, because now I'm going to South Sudan, maybe my next leave, I'll try my level best if I can just manage to come with you. Then on September, I think he talked with one of our neighbor. He's a truck driver, and the guy agreed. He said, okay, Anton, don't worry, we'll be going together. Once I get my lorries ready, we'll be traveling together. Then that was on 26th of September. Then on 27, my wife called me. Oh, Ben, this guy has left. Even he didn't tell Makuach that he's going to South Sudan. He just left like that. Then I told my wife, okay, just give Makuach a phone. Let me talk with him. I'll be coming for my Xmas. Though I don't have money, but I'll try my level best so that I can come with him. I talked with Makuach. I told Makuach, don't worry, my brother. I'm coming for my leave on December. And then once I come, I'll make sure that we'll come together. I have one of my friends is in Rock City. Even I explained to him, I told him, my friend, I'll be coming with a certain guy. He's a South Sudanese guy, but you'll be staying with him. Meanwhile, we're looking for a parents of this guy. And the guy agreed. Now, when I learned that this guy now has gone, without even informing Makuach, then on 29th, after our breakfast, we are just sitting outside with one of my Kenyan guy. We are just discussing about our problems. It was about politics. Then I told him, my friend, I still have that guy from Rumbek. Now, there was a guy, he wanted to come with him, then this guy just went without informing Makuach. Then when we were just talking, Abraham just came. Now he was just listening to me like this, when I was talking. Then he started asking me some questions. Hey, Ben, you are talking about Makuach. Is this the real guy I know, or maybe it's another Makuach? Then to my heart, I thought maybe this guy, maybe I'm talking to a wrong person, or maybe this guy did something wrong, maybe that's why he left, we came to our place, or what. Then I told him, now, this is the guy I'm talking about is Anthony Makuach. He used to be a best goalkeeper here in South Sudan. So the guy, they came to play, and then he had a fracture. Then Abraham told me, Ben, this is the guy I think we are looking for. We had this guy passed away in South Africa. So Abraham asked me, Ben, does this guy have a contact so that at least I can talk with him? I told him, no, only maybe we can use the phone for my wife. Then when I gave Abraham the number for my wife, they talked. Then later I told my wife, now what we are going to do, just take a photo, send me through my WhatsApp, and then I'll show these guys. And she did that. When she sent the photo, I just gave Abraham. Abraham said, this is the guy we're looking for. But before I just put everything on the Nini, let me ask one or two, three guys, so that at least they will prove this is the guy.
Yes.
Then I think it's Hoya.
Yes.
Yes.
I think now you become brothers, Anthony Makuach and Benson. You become brothers. It's really very nice story. But because for the sake of time, let me go to Anthony Makuach. How easy was it for you to live for 27 years without your family, the friends that you know?
Well, of course, what made me to live those years, when you make something good in front of people, there's some people who like you and there's unlike people. Those who like me, they will keep of me. When I meet with somebody, you remember what I've done, you will give me something small to provide myself. But actually, what made me even to stay away, like I could even make it before to search for those who are just driving lorries. I could even come with them, but the problem comes when we go to the when we go to the pit stop, and the pit stop was come good a bit. I was become happy by that time. I know now when we are just going to have our country, although with my bad leg like this, I will go back to my country.
Yeah, sure. You'll go back to your country. Now you are back to South Sudan. What is your next plan?
Yes, my next plan now in Southern Sudan, because it is our country. My next plan to get the place to be settled, and let me proceed to build our country. That is the next which I remain with it. Of course, because of all those who are just surrounded our country, and now I think the war was stopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're back to Juba, and then there is a good also reception by those college of viewers, you know. By the way, it was something, you know, very big in social media all over South Sudan. People know that Abraham Makuach is around now in the country. I'll give you a chance, you know, to correct some of the, you say you want to correct something, but let us pick just only 2 calls, and then you guys can answer on that.
Thank you.
Hello, Radio. Hello. Yeah, please do call us on 0911-986-986 or 0922-986-986. Hello, Radio.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
James Duel, because of time, you have only 20 seconds to ask your question direct. Please go ahead.
Okay. My question is going to Makuach, but do not listen before from the beginning whether he made it. Let him clarify to me. He had been there for 27 years. Did he have family there with him, or he does?
Okay.
What are his excitement that he can tell us during his repatriation back to South Sudan, and what are the things that he can do since he has lost and he even seen the people whom he was traveling the same pace?
Thank you. Hello, Radio.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm calling Isaac.
Isaac, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling from Juba here. I'm in Muniki. Abraham Makuach, I know him very well.
Okay, please, your question just less than 15 seconds. Please, Isaac.
I just wanted to clarify. I know him very well. We have been playing together.
Okay, good.
In Kakuma.
Now you can get him through, you know, the colleagues that in the studio here. We have Abraham Ngor and we have Abraham Ajok. Okay? If you don't have questions, you can get him through the colleagues that are in the studio here right now with him. Okay? You can get Abraham Ajok and SSFA. Thank you. Now,
Okay, the little correction I wanted to make is that number one, Turkana was not Turkana Relief, but it is Turkana Rehabilitation Project that was sponsored by the NGOs. The little things I wanted to add, this man is an asset to the football community, and that's why I left my family on board and I came here.
Good.
And I left my duties behind because I know the importance of him being a member of this country, as it is a growing country, and our football will change once and for all.
These are the wishes.
With his participation.
Abraham Makuach, before I go to Anthony Makuach. Sorry, yes.
Anthony. Yeah, of course.
You had the question from James Duer.
Yes, I've got 3 kids there. But their mother is gone away to me because when I was not have any money to be. But he ran away from me. Even the kids now, they are just with their grandmothers. Yeah.
It's good. You have good brothers. I'm sure they're going to have a good, nice plan for you.
Yeah.
Yes, Senor. Yes. Your last message.
Thank you so much. I just want to echo what was said by Abraham Ajokwala.
I think you play a very good, very extra role also, you know, together with Ben.
Exactly, exactly. He was very inspiring to all of us, the 26,000 Red Army members. And we are very optimistic that now that he has come to the country, he will be very instrumental in developing, the sport in South Sudan. The way he developed a joke wall until he went to the World Cup in 2010 will be the same way that he will develop the national team, that we will be able to go to World Cup very soon. This is my message to South Sudanese.
We hope for that.
Yes.
A joke call, your name was everywhere. People appreciating you. A joke call was, the main instrumental of what happened for this guy to be repatriated back to Juba. Yes, your last message.
My last message is that we are so relieved and so happy. My appeal is to our government, and I wanted to thank our Minister of Youth and Sport and our Interior Minister, Mahmoud Solomon, who was also our teammate. They have played a great role by contributing some money. And I'm looking forward that the South Sudan government, its all capacity, considered rehabilitating this man as one of us to be treated and to be resettled, so that we as football family in this country can register our position in the arena of the football in the world. So this is where I stop.
Yes, Ben.
My last word to Makuach. Now we have made a very big family, now in Rumbek and in Kenya. So once he's settled up, he's free to come to Kenya to say hi to his brothers and their sisters and the other friends once he's okay.
Try to get for him National Day even.
No problem.
Yes. Yes, Anthony Makuach.
Yes. To the High Radio, I'm very thankful to you, those who raise up to be listening to the world by the people who just know I'm dead before, but I'm still alive. But I thank all of you who has participated from my life to onward. Thanks.
Yes. خلينا نقول لكل مستمع في كل مكان أنا بقول ضيوف حقين كم معي في الاستديو والهم يتكلموا كتير سمينا برضو